Hello and welcome to JSB Talks Digital, the podcast for marketers, bloggers, business owners, and those of you bringing your skills into the digital age. I'm Joanne Sweeney-Burke, and this podcast is brought to you by Digital Training Institute. Coming up in today's show, behavioural targeting is coming to Snapchat. Google retires Google Plus Hangouts on air. You can now zoom in on Instagram. I interview the founder of Blink Design, Louise Lawlor. My shoutouts, the upcoming Network Ireland Limerick social media event, the Littlewoods Ireland Blog Awards, my favourite Facebook groups, my featured column, Keeping Ahead in the Digital Age, a strategic learning plan, and the social media tool that saved my working week.
Social media news.
This section of my show keeps me in tune with what's happening in the social media world as I stay on top of industry changes and developments. If you are a social media manager, platform updates, new features, user data will always be on your radar. Snapchat is veering towards mass monetization with the news that behavioural targeting is coming soon to the mobile app. In a report to investors, Snapchat says it will turn over $1 billion by the end of 2017. They are already making money from sponsored geofilters and an API that allows advertisers to purchase Snapchat ads through third-party ad tech partners. But hailed as one of the biggest ad updates Snapchat has ever rolled out, Operations Director Clement Hugh has reportedly revealed that Snapchat will soon give advertisers the ability to use behavioural targeting. Business Insider reports that any behavioural targeting will be limited to broad categories rather than serving ads based on very specific interactions. Snapchat founder and CEO Evan Spiegel is already on the record proclaiming his distaste for creepy ads. So, will Snapchat's ad targeting be able to rival the advertising power of Facebook? It's hard to see that happening, but in the world of social media, anything is likely to happen. Google has retired Google Plus Hangouts on air. From September 12th, you can no longer host a live broadcast in this way. Instead, Google is pushing users to its sister platform, YouTube Live. Existing events scheduled to happen after September 12th will also have to be moved to YouTube Live. Hangouts on air will still exist in some form, it just won't be tied to Google+. Hangouts on air users are being forced to use YouTube Live's built-in events scheduling feature instead. Now recorded events will continue to be available on YouTube. The only remaining Google+ link will be the option to see your event content in read-only format in the activity log. Google began dropping its Google Plus requirement across all its products in July 2015, and that process is still ongoing. Recently, the Google Play Store started dropping the Google Plus account requirement when leaving a review. Instagram has introduced the zoom capability for photos and videos. Is this new, I hear you ask? Yes, it is. Prior to this, if you tried to zoom in on Instagram, you probably accidentally liked a photo. So, to zoom in on Instagram, use 2 fingers to pinch the screen and zoom in on any photo or video. The feature is only available on iOS for now, but an Android update is promised. Happy Insta-zooming!
Interview.
In this week's show, I'm joined by a lady I first met back in 2012 when I spoke at the National Women's Enterprise Conference. Louise Lawlor is founder of Blink Design, a creative design agency based in Limerick. Louise is also the president of Network Ireland Limerick. Network Ireland is a non-profit voluntary organisation supporting the professional and personal development of women. They have over 500 members in 8 branches across the country. Louise, you are very welcome to JSB Talks Digital. Thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Oh, delighted, Joanne. Thank you for having me.
So firstly, tell our listeners about yourself. What's your background, and have you always been a graphic designer? Have you always been self-employed?
I have actually always been a graphic designer, yes. I was always doing art as a child, and thankfully, in a nutshell, I worked hard on my portfolio in school, and my first preference for college was the Limerick School of Art and Design. And I kind of knew I wanted to do graphics, but I just wanted to be 100% sure. So that's why I went for Limerick. I was able to do graphic design as part of the first year, and thankfully I went on to do my diploma, my degree. And I went on then to work in 2 different companies after that. And then 15 years ago, I set up Blink Design.
So being a business owner, how do you keep up with the digital marketing and social media changes as a busy business owner?
That's a good question. I actually, I would actually talk a lot to some of the members of our own network. Our Limerick group would be really heavily involved in the digital marketing strategy side of things. So I suppose we'd be talking to each other a lot, and we get guidance I get guidance from them as well, and pull them in on my own projects and with clients, because it's obviously it's important to get the strategy right behind whatever you do, so they can help us on that. So that's important.
I would imagine your business has changed dramatically in the past 15 years as the internet has moved from search engines and static websites to dynamic mobile responsive sites and engaging social media platforms. So how have you responded, and how have you iterated your business to respond to the demands of digital design in 2016?
Yeah, you're 100% right. It's obviously changed so drastically. So I suppose even for our own business, we actually rebranded going back 2 years ago. So we worked on our own strategy. We had the same brand from, I suppose, the day we started. So we kept the corporate colours and the message consistent, but we felt that the logo itself needed a refresh. And that, but I suppose the next step is always the website. So we completely redesigned our website. And obviously with this social media, for myself, for my own business, I primarily would be on Facebook and Twitter. And I obviously have a LinkedIn profile as well. So, it's kind of constantly reviewing and doing specific strategies. I suppose the biggest one I would have done recently was celebrating the 15 years in business. So we did a whole strategy during the summer around an event. And then we had that as well on Facebook and Twitter, which was great. So that was exciting to do that over the summer.
Are you finding then that your clients are coming to you for more digital design than traditional design, like print or marketing materials?
Yeah, it's definitely the whole digital has been definitely increasing year on year, and this is definitely without a doubt our busiest year. So what I would find actually is a lot of clients come to us and they're thinking primarily about their website, and maybe they don't have a website and they need one, or they have a website but it's not mobile responsive. It needs a complete new strategy and new design. And sometimes I'm very often bring them back to the base, and that, you know, where does their brand identity stand, and maybe does that need a refresh as well, and then bring that right through everything. And then obviously through into the social media as well, to keep the brand and the design strong.
Now, I have a huge regard for digital design, and Jamelia on our team does all of our digital design. Do you find that you have to kind of maybe push your clients to value design for social media?
I don't think so. No, I think it's something we would talk about at the start. We'd always have a look at, you know, what platforms are they on, and we'd make sure that, especially if it's for like a launch event or something like that, that we're actually probably nearly in a lot of our quotes with clients now, we would be nearly automatically including, you know, a certain amount of time to spend on, okay, this brochure design or new website or whatever it might be, right? How do we get this consistently across your social media as well? So it's just, for me, it's always about consistency, and those little details in the design, they make the huge difference and help it stand out. and hopefully get more conversions as well.
So I'm joining you next month at the Network Ireland Limerick event, which I'm very excited about. Tell me first of all why you got involved in Network Ireland. How does it help you personally and professionally?
Yeah, so I'm actually, I actually found out about Network. It was, the whole brand was rebranded this year as Network Ireland. So originally Network Limerick would have been just Network Limerick. So back 15 years ago, I was introduced to it and went along and met some amazing ladies. And actually, I stayed a member for a good few years, and I took a break and I went back as a member there 2 or 3 years ago, and was on the committee and became involved as VP. And yeah, it's been fantastic, especially from a support point of view, and just from a personal development point of view as well. That I suppose every event that we do across the year, we will plan our year, and even thinking about what, say, topics we would have done last year, we would obviously try to be very strategic and spread out the types of topics that we do that are relevant to women and women in business. And I suppose, our what we want ladies in the room at the end of the night to feel is just completely inspired and motivated, and it's a great networking opportunity as well with the other ladies in the room. So there's just a great buzz and great energy from it. So I suppose that's why I'm still involved in it. And it's great being present for the year and just keeping it going. And it's great energy. Definitely worth going along to one of the meetings.
So tell us about the event that's taking place on October 12th in Limerick City. Yeah,
so in October, so we're going to have yourself there as our speaker. So we want to hone in on the whole social media side of things, because I suppose we haven't actually touched it since the beginning of last year, and as you know, trends and everything change so quickly. So it's all about the ever-changing social media landscape, and we're really excited to have you come down to visit us as well. As you mentioned there at the start, we met there at the NWED conference, and you were one of the speakers, and it was brilliant to hear you. So I know that just the ladies are going to get a lot from it. And so there's a couple of really great angles that we're going to be covering. We'll be looking at this, like the social network leaderboard, platform management, top tools, and just social advertising tips that you're going to tell us all about, and your own business as well. We're looking forward to hearing all about that as well.
So if people want to go along, where can they find out more?
Yeah, so you can go to the networkireland.ie website, and as you'll note there's actually 8 branches nationally, and you can go into the different branches, and every branch has an event each month. So there's loads of different events going on, all different types of topics. And we're on Facebook and Twitter as well, so you can find Network Ireland on Facebook and Twitter, and also Network Limerick. We're quite busy on Facebook. We actually were thrilled yesterday. We actually ended up, we actually hit our 1,000 Facebook likes, which is brilliant.
Congratulations.
Yesterday. So we're delighted with that, yeah. So we're pushing that all the time, but it's great. We find Facebook in particular is fantastic for just keeping members updated on everything that's happening, and just on what other members are doing as well.
Well, listen, Louise, thanks a million for joining me. If you want to follow Louise on Twitter, just check her out at Blink Design IRL, and make sure that you like Blink Design Ireland on Facebook. To view Louise's work, log on to blinkdesign.ie. And Louise, I'll see you in Limerick.
Shoutouts.
In this part of the show, I give shout-outs to those who are remarkable online and worth talking about. My first shout-out goes to the Network Ireland Limerick event taking place on Wednesday the 12th of October. I'll be there talking about how to navigate the ever-changing social media landscape with social media tools, how to keep your knowledge and skills up to date, but also what trends you should be focusing on. So if you're from Limerick or the neighbouring counties, you might want to go along. Find out more at networkireland.ie/Limerick. My next shout out goes to the Littlewoods Ireland Blog Awards, which take place next week at Duffy Circus in Dunleary in Dublin. I'm thrilled to say that my blog, Digital Training Institute, has made it to the finals in 2 categories, digital and tech and marketing and comms. If you want to see the full list of finalists, log on to blogawards.ireland.com, and if you're going to the awards event, I'll see you there. Finally, I'm giving a big shout out to some of my favourite Facebook groups, which I think you should join. These groups are free, but you have to request to join, and an admin will have to approve you. Are you interested in visual storytelling? Join a Socially Sorted founder, Donna Moritz, in her Visual Content Creators group. Are you interested in live video marketing? Then join the Live Video Marketing Mastermind group from Joel Com. Are you a woman in business? Join the Women Inspire Network Facebook group set up by the tweeting goddess Samantha Kelly. Or do you need to brush up on your Facebook marketing knowledge? Then why not join Jenny Brennan's Online Marketing Stars Facebook group? My new Facebook group will launch later this year, so watch out for Digital Bites with JSB.
JSB's column.
Today's column, Keeping Ahead in the Digital Age, a strategic learning plan for social media managers, digital marketers, bloggers and business owners. Do you feel like you are running on the social media treadmill? Are you completely daunted by the vicious speed of change on the social web? Do you feel lost or left behind in terms of your knowledge or skills? Well, guess what? You are not alone. Each and every day I get interactions online from my community across the globe who are liking, sharing, commenting, retweeting and reposting my digital content. They are learning from me and passing that knowledge on via their social networks. So I got thinking, how can I help busy, frustrated, overwhelmed social media managers, digital marketers, bloggers, business owners, and professionals to learn with legacy? What I mean by the phrase learn with legacy is, what can I teach individuals that will have an immediate but everlasting effect on their business, on their client projects, or on their own professional development? So I began to scope out a strategic digital learning framework. Sounds fancy, I know. The concept involves teaching people online, but using live video and webinar software, educating using a variety of content types, providing workbooks and checklists, and filling gaps in their knowledge right now. I'm going to continue to work on this project and I hope to launch it later this year. So stay tuned to JSB's social networks and this podcast for more details. A stepping stone to making the JSB Digital Strategic Learning Framework a reality is the launch of my new Digital Bites schedule. Digital Bites with JSB consists of 90-minute skills-based digital marketing and social media training online. For just $19, you receive 90 minutes of skills-based training, including a live Q&A with your trainer, and we guarantee at least 5 actionable skills to take away. You will also get access to the recording of the course for 30 days. So here are just some of the upcoming Digital Bites courses. 5 Facebook page updates you need to implement now. How to use Canva to create social media graphics. Master Twitter and tweet with confidence. Facebook advertising, a beginner's guide. Perfecting your LinkedIn profile. How to get your business on Snapchat. And how to measure social media return on investment and return on effort. These invaluable training sessions will catapult your digital skills forward. So be sure to sign up now. To register your interest, log on to digitaltraining.ie/digital bites.
Social media tool of the week.
Social media tools take your marketing efforts to a whole new level. They can also provide insights to inform your next digital steps. The tool that saved my working week this week is Clout. Clout is a website and mobile app that uses social media analytics to rank its users according to online social influence via the Clout score, which is a numerical value between 1 and 100. So what does your Clout score really mean, and does it matter? I used this tool this week as I was trying to communicate to a prospective client how influential I am online. If your prospective client doesn't convert on client testimonials, previous work case studies, or your education and knowledge, then I suggest dropping in your Clout score. Clout's algorithm aggregates data from your main social networks and scores your influence. The scores are calculated using variables that can include number of followers, frequency of updates, the Clout scores of your friends and followers, and the number of likes, retweets, and shares that your updates receive. The average Clout score is 40. Users with a score of 63 are in the top 5% of all users. My current Clout score is 59. I have a bit of work to do to get to the top 5%, but I will make it for sure. What's your Clout score? Take the Clout Influence Test at clout.com, that's KLOUT.com, and tweet me at Tweets by JSB. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode. If you want to read more about what I have discussed on the show, log on to digitaltraining.ie and click on podcasts. I'll have links to everything there. If you're interested in becoming a guest on JSB Talks Digital, or if you have an event you want to promote, then please drop me an email to joanne@digitaltraining.ie and just write podcast in the subject line. Don't forget, you can tweet me at Tweets by JSB. Add me on Snapchat, I'm JSB Snaps. And of course, you can join my webinar community at bigmarker.com/Digital Training Institute. I have a free webinar up there every month. I'm Joanne Sweeney-Burke, and you have been tuned into JSB Talks Digital. Thanks for listening.
JSB Talks Digital.